Hey everybody, how you doing? I've got a 60-minute session I'm doing for a client today. This is distance, psychic wisdom, and energy healing, and I want to thank you so much. Big time to the client for this opportunity. I love how you booked this session for the YouTube public. I've gotten to do other sessions with you, and so this is the first time that you're taking a step out here and sharing your experience with others, and I want to thank you for that. You've shared a lot with me, and I've been taking some time to digest all of this, your original goals, and then you sent me an updated email too, just to let me know where you're at now. You also sent some images of some channeled writing you did. So I've got a real feel for what you hope to accomplish. There's a lot on the list, so we'll do as much as we can in the time, okay? I'm going to read from your recent email, just to give people an understanding of the different avenues that we could take in this session, and then how the spirit realm is guiding me to navigate this so we can accomplish a great transformation for you. So, okay, so you say, I'm just going to read this, and there's a lot on the list, okay? And some of these things would be 60 minutes alone. You know, there's going to be would take a lot of effort to explore all of this. So, okay, so close openings, balance sexual body and upgrade, chakra removal, heal addiction. So addiction is also to do with imbalanced sacral. Okay. Angelic soul retrieval of sexual energy. Okay. So addiction, imbalanced sacral, sexual energy retrieval. So close openings to balance sexual body and upgrade. Chakra removal, which is really an integration. So you're always going to have these infinite, like your third eye is here because we have vibration here. And so when we think logically or creatively or our ego, or we fantasize or we explore our memories, there's vibration here. So that vibration is our third eye. So that vibration is always going to exist there. Now, is the third eye this independent sort of the captain of the ship and nobody else matters but the mind? That happens all the time. So chakra removal, I've studied chakra removal. I explored, can chakras be removed? Well, chakras can be integrated. What I find is into the heart center. So if I take your crown chakra, move it into your heart center, your third eye, move it into your heart, your throat, move it into your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, and everyone, this one big family is working together here with each other, okay, instead of separately. It seems to speed up the process of connections. Also, I expand the Earth Star chakra, the Soul Star chakra. So it's, you know, it takes time to get to know your chakras and then to encourage your chakras to work together at the heart center. So it's giving me a pathway to explore working with your chakras in a way that you want them to be working together. And that's how I experience it. Okay, so, all right, closer connection to self. Something in my ribs and chest and bottom of legs and my spleen. In my sternum is a large lump, but doctor said she couldn't feel it. There's an opening there and in my throat. Okay, because you had mentioned closed openings. So I keep getting other people's entities and energies. It's debilitating. Okay, so what's attracting you to then welcome other people's imbalances then into yourself? And so that's your choice, then to magnetically attract that. So we've got to explore, what is your relationship with, I just want to work on me. I don't want to work on me plus other people's stuff. And so we've got to explore that. Okay. Anything disturbing my peace of mind or scrabbling, scathing around in my body, especially to do with addictions. Okay. I want to end the cycle of addictions and stay in my own energy and have a close connection to myself. And that's to do with my spleen. Okay, dark, ingested energy in my body. This is a repetitive problem. Also, the waking up like this every day. So from sleep too. And then you had mentioned energy on the head, healing for the brain. Could be on the back of the head too. I'd like to concentrate on imbalance, unrefined areas and addictions, and healing retrieval of old version and end cycles of addiction and sexual energy called back, and healing any imbalances in any areas that allow other energies in. Okay. Just a moment here. So I'm taking in everything you've shared. Originally, the channeled writing, this email, in order to navigate what's the best way to tackle everything you hope to achieve in 60 minutes. What's the best way to navigate all of this? The sexual body stuff is, and the addiction, and you're wanting to just focus on you, not other people's stuff. And the spleen, you talked about the spleen a lot in other messages. So I feel like your relationship with your spleen is something that's catching your eye and just clearing dark energy, empowering your chakras to be brighter, working together. Okay. I think we got this. I think we can do this. All right. I'm just going to relax here, get in the zone. So I'm connecting with the universe here. Everything that you've shared. All that communication. It's the sound of your reality. It's the sound of your perception of things. The best that you can put your finger on it, put it into words, your experience. And so I'm taking all of this and then I'm sharing it with the universe. And so it's kind of like this big meal, and the universe is sort of digesting it, then echoing information back to me so I can navigate how to help you. All right, so the first thing, okay, the scene, it's almost like bubble gum. So if you stretch it, right, or maybe melted cheese, you can stretch it, and it gets thinner and thinner, and then it breaks apart, right? But it's kind of, this is sticky material. It's like caramel. And so you stretch it. This space is black. And then where I'm sort of on the other side, sort of looking into the space, it opens its mouth, but the teeth of the mouth are kind of like stuck together, and it's stretching as it opens up, kind of like the melted cheese or caramel, or but it's very sticky. There's also the screaming sound way inside of there, which would be from the throat, okay? There's a screaming sound coming from down inside the mouth. So in the throat, there's a screaming sound. But there seems to be something that would be on the tongue, and it looks like a mother and a child, like Mother Mary and baby Jesus. Because there's something wanting to emulate the sacredness of the mother and the child, a sacredness. So the sacredness, you know, the holiness of Mother Mary and baby Jesus, the sacredness of baby Jesus being born. So it's symbolic, right? It's not every day, it's a super big deal. That's what it says. And the mouth, which is starting to look like a duck bill, is always had to, it's like two flat ends are always having to stay open. So you can see on the tongue, there's a woman, and there's a white top part to a dress, seems to be one piece, and then a red bottom part. And so white and then red. And she looks like Mary Poppins. She has really dark, rich, sort of dark brown hair, and it's thick and it's pulled back in this beautiful bun. Then she's bending over this cradle made out of wood, and it's a clean white blanket and a baby tucked in. All the while screaming is in the throat. Okay, so this is the first scene. Also, as I'm looking at the scene, it's being presented to me, I feel a part of myself, almost like a little bumblebee or something, and I'm flying around the side of what is the head, and I'm going to the very back of the head, okay? So part of me stands here with this duck bill open looking at the scene I described. And then another part of me is coming around to the very back of the head, okay? Oh, there's a lot more to be said. It's a safe deposit box. It's a locked box in a locked place. It's under lock and key. This back of your head, it looks like it's locked and there's a key for it, but it's behind also a big locked door in a bank, you could say, then is locked as well. What's up with the bill? The duck bill and the word bill, right? And then this is a bank with a lock. So I'm having to really reflect on why these details, and so I can understand what the universe is saying here. But the back of your head is under lock and key, behind a locked door in a bank. It's like under high security, okay? So the back of your mind is under high security. That seems to be in relation to what is a representation of, you could say, wealth. You know, if that's the dollar bill kind of thing, that kind of wealth, or wealth of information, or this. But a bank is symbolic, right? Of money. A bill, symbolic of money. The safe deposit box could put money in that too. These locked doors, you know, to preserve wealth on the other side. You're all locked up. Imagine a human being on the other side of it's like human being stuffed in a safe deposit box in a locked room, it's just locked upon locked upon locked. Bank might just be symbolic of a place that has things, precious things, put under lock and key, right? To protect precious things. Might not be about wealth. Could just be the protection of precious things, valuable things. And like your valuable mind, your valuable self. Okay, this is complicated. All right. Give me a minute here. Right now I'm exploring the fabric of it. It's not just the safe deposit box. Your brain or your mind is in the safe deposit box. It's valuable. It's locked up. Now where you stand, which we've only really explored the head, you're in and also a safe. The word safe, like energy protection perhaps. So no one can access you. You're going to die. I mean, it's a coffin. Like there's no breathability in here at all. I mean, put yourself in a coffin where you're safe. You see what I mean? It's going to be death. This is not the right way to create safety and security for the value. You are the valuable, all right? You're valuable. So we got to keep you safe, right? That there's other ways to keep yourself safe. And so this method, I can understand the approach. I can understand why this method, but this method might as well be a coffin, you know? So I see this with energy protection. Energy protection can actually, you don't need to be protected from anything. You just have to learn your nuances and then conquer those nuances, because we're afraid of what's out there and we're trying to craft the perfect life, and we don't want anything out there to disturb the life that we're trying to achieve. And so anything that's out there, then we need to protect ourselves from it. But we carry the light of Jesus, so to speak. Like we carry pure light. And so we're warriors on this journey of whatever happens, and it's okay to face it. And it's okay for it to come in and flood our world and even drown us sometimes. But guess what? We have our inner strength. We have what it takes to face this stuff. So being exposed to living is a good thing. But locking yourself upon locks to keep yourself safe from living, maybe this is necessary in order to keep your head above water with living, because there's some lack of developing other skills in order to keep yourself strong, you know. I'm still figuring this out. What is being presented here is going to help you breathe and give you confidence in yourself It's going to help you find your true inner light. Other people's stuff is their stuff. And so we have to understand why you're attracted to breathing in, inhaling other people's stuff. So we got to explore that too. So this might be a tool for you to then keep yourself safe from literally everything. Everything, you know what I mean? Like, you put yourself in here, you're safe from literally everything. That even, you know, how many Hollywood movies they make about breaking in and getting the cash, you know, all the valuables all out of this impossible, like, locked safe. Isn't that the Ocean's 11, 12, 13, 14? I don't know. I kept trying to remember. It's an Ocean something or another. I think they explore this heist, you know. So maybe I'm on a heist, and I'm gonna break on through all your locked doors, and I'm gonna get you the valuable thing out. This it's interesting because this is talking about your head, but this is also in reference to your heart. And so you're locked away inside your own heart too. And then this is also in reference to your spleen, because I'm starting to feel a connection there. And it's interesting because when I visit the spleen, just about anybody, it's like this adorable inner child. It is a all-loving, all-forgiving force, okay? So it's a purifying force. It's a digestive force. It loves you no matter what. So for you to make that connection, you're making a connection with a very innocent part of yourself, an all-loving, childlike part of yourself. That's what the spleen is like to me. So let's see what the spleen has to say so far. Your head is really, really heavy. It feels like you're stuffed inside of, stuffed inside of, stuffed inside of. And then we have this screaming inside of all these safe in these locked doors, and then the mother and the child on the tongue. So we have things to figure out here. This alone, we have things to figure out. But this is also paralleling the heart. Okay, so we've got this energy here around the head is also paralleling the heart. And then there's this sense that the spleen is wanting to talk, wanting to speak to you. It makes sense because you're wanting to speak to it, okay? So you're wanting to build that relationship inside yourself, a physical body relationship. And that then makes sense why the addictions, because if you can build a better relationship with your physical body, a better relationship with your chakras, a better relationship with self-love, a better relationship, and on and on and on, like then you don't need addiction anymore, because what is that relationship? What is your relationship with the outside world, you know? If you're taking on other people's entities and negative energies, the things that they're not able to work on at this time, what if they were taking on the things that you couldn't work on at this time? You know, maybe it would be the solution to our planet. Let's just like inhale and exhale everybody's stuff. Well, we are. Like, we're all doing that all the time, you know? Like, we're all doing it. As some of us are more sensitive to an awareness than others, you know. So, but you would think in your mind that, oh, well, then that would be the ultimate fit, because then we would understand what everybody's going through completely. But we're human. Like, we're not God. We can't see everything. God sees everything. We can't see from that vantage point. Part of our soul is there, sees. You could call that your higher self. Is helping to guide you in the story of your life, okay? All right. This is starting to feel a lot more breathable, a sense of hope and light, a sense of remembrance, like your memory returning to you, and personal strength and rebirth even, like you're coming out of a shell of sorts. That's what it seems like you want to achieve all of this. You want to achieve like an ultimate rebirth and reconnection with the love that you have for who you are, your love for yourself. So you don't need the addiction because you love yourself enough to let it go. Like, why not get addicted with how much you love yourself, you know? Damn, I'm awesome, man. I love me so much. I'm obsessed with me. I don't need you, addiction. No, thank you. I got me. Oh, yes. You know, I've always wanted me. Addiction, get out of here. Get out. Yeah, that's what it's like. That's what it's like in here. Okay. Yeah, okay. What part of you decided to do all these? You're now starting to look like you're stuffed inside of a refrigerator. But you're prepared. Okay, I saw this scene in I think it was one of the Indiana Joneses with the crystal skull. Wasn't he somehow in like a town with nobody in it? It was really strange. And then it turned out there was a testing zone for nuclear bombs. And then he jumps inside a refrigerator, ends up surviving. Because he's Indiana Jones, man. It's like, I see you in this refrigerator hoping to survive a nuclear liquidation, okay? So now you're telling me that, all right, if I get out of these safe deposit boxes, if I get out of this refrigerator, I'm exposing myself to nuclear meltdown, man. I can't do it. All right, well, I'm gonna go through nuclear meltdown with you. I'm not gonna leave you out to dry, okay? Like, you're not gonna... No, I mean, we're gonna stand here in this nuclear bomb zone. We're gonna take it. All right, this is helping me to understand some things. Like, what's the difference between me standing here without any concerns and you standing here knowing this is your very end? What's the difference? See, the universe is showing me this for a reason, because we're coaxing you out of self-imprisonment, okay? We're coaxing you out, and we're coaxing you out into exposure, which is a very vulnerable feeling. And we're coaxing you out into a place of self-love. Maybe that's vulnerable. Maybe loving yourself is like nuclear meltdown. You know, that might be hard to do. Addiction is love too, right? So what you're addicted to then is your lover. And it loves you back, and it reminds you all the time about your relationship. So you're married. So you get divorce that lover. And so you can get married to yourself and the self-love. That's the commitment. Okay, this is where you're talking about retrieving yourself, okay? You need, and you said the word angelic, and you're talking about your sacral chakra, and you're talking about sexual body stuff. Okay, so we're shifting gears. That's why all this like head rubbing thing and like, oh baby, oh, the energy is like shifting here. Okay. So I'm going to welcome angels in, because now I see this vast sort of empty place where you might test nuclear bombs because nobody's around for miles, and we could just mess up the earth here. It's not that big of a deal. It's fine. It's fine. It's a barren place. And you're terrified. You're terrified of being exposed. It doesn't feel fair. Like, you're targeted. You're targeted. You're weeping. And I show you this is your withdrawal from the safe deposit box world. We're withdrawing you from the safe deposit box so that you're under withdrawals from your safety place. And now you're in this exposure place. But there's all these angels here, which are actual mirrored reflections of yourself, because you're made up of many angels. And so you are saving yourself is actually what you're doing. You're saving yourself. And I noticed that the screaming inside your throat is an important detail. And the mother and the baby are an important detail. And to define them as Mother Mary and Jesus, even baby Jesus spirit, is really powerful. So I'm actually bringing in the sound of what was on the tongue Okay, so the mother and the baby, even the way she was dressed and all this, I'm just bringing out these representations of Mother Mary and baby Jesus into this nuclear zone. Okay, so they're going to be part of the targeted. Same with the angels are part of the targeted. Same with me. I'm also being targeted here, just like you. And none of us are afraid, but you're afraid. This is a super vulnerable experience, like crazy vulnerable. And now I'm bringing out the sound from your throat, okay, of the screaming in the back of your throat. And I'm taking that out and I'm placing the sound of screaming in here because we gotta unleash that sound. All right, man, you're like a banana getting peeled. And the vulnerable, fleshy banana on the inside is going to get bruised. It's like the peel isn't protecting banana all that much, but it does actually, kind of, right? Oh, boy. Okay. This is a memory of yours. A time when a lot of good people came out and were basically murdered. Like they were all just murdered. Innocent people just murdered. You were one of them. All these angels, Mother Mary, baby Jesus, me, you, it's just, you could say people that didn't deserve it, just straight up murdered. And this memory really, it's a hard one to swallow. It's like a tough pill to swallow, you know? So you're screaming, and that screaming is like a blood-curdling scream. It curdles all our blood, so it's like cottage cheese blood. You need to get this out of your system. It's like a soul trauma memory. And where's the nuclear bomb at is inside yourself. It's not targeting you. You're releasing it from inside yourself, and you are peeling from the inside out through this scream. It's pretty hardcore. No wonder you were in all these boxes. It seemed to be the external world coming in, but it was the internal world that needed to come out. And so it was in reverse. It wasn't the external, it was the internal that you're working on. Which again, the spleen is interesting because the spleen's so kind, you know. Spleen will take it. Spleen's super kind. Spleen does not, there's no such thing as forgiveness. It just loves you, purely loves you. It gets you purely. It doesn't like, yeah, you should be sorry. Look at what you did to me. You know, it's not like that. It doesn't hold grudges. It doesn't dislike you in any way, shape, and form. You're silent now. You're it's all like a black, like you became just a black skid mark on the ground. That's all that remains of you. Black skid mark on the ground of a barren wasteland. And we're all just, the dust is settling, you know, and we're all just here waiting for you to reclaim yourself, gather yourself, because that had to come out. It's like popping a horrifying boil the size of yourself. You're coming back, but this seems to be another painful memory. It has to do with rejection. Severe rejection, like Elephant Man level rejection. Unwanted, unworthy. But it's more than, it's complex. It's like every lifetime you ever explored rejection. Your soul wants to know what rejection feels like, okay? So you're going to live lifetimes so you can be rejected. You know, like, it's not wonderful feeling, right? So you know it's not wonderful feeling because you know. Because you've been there and done that many times, okay? It's almost like rejected so many times that just stay inside. I don't even go out there. I'll just stay in here so I don't have to deal with rejection. And then unfortunately, it's starting to turn into like worms in the mind, you know, worms wriggling in the mind about you. It's hard to swallow. Again, throat chakra. Hard to swallow how that feels. And again, there's more internal healing, and I start to notice this combustions, this like you're gathering yourself, but you're blowing up again because you're trying to release all of this. It's like the bullets are coming out and like hordes of angry hornets, but it's all these memories of rejection and how hard that is, the tough pill to swallow that is. It messes your soul up, okay? No wonder the many safe deposit boxes, the coffins, you know? It's going to be the death of you. You better just expose yourself. Let people be who they are. I get it. Trust me, I get it. This is really, that one is a definite sacral chakra and solar plexus event. Definitely more so solar or sacral chakra, actually, the sacredness and value, the valuable, right? So you put the valuables in the safe deposit box. You put the valuables in the bank, you know, it's like store it for safekeeping. It's like safekeeping of yourself or your sanity even. But there's the hornets. It's not the external, it's the internal universe that you're healing, okay? And there's all these, just like thousands and thousands of bullets, like, but they're all hornets, like freaking coming out everywhere. Like a crazy machine gun going off from inside your sacral. But I feel the emotional venting of this as well. It's like your head in a box. It's in a vice grips, like it's tight, it's clamped. Squeezing on your brain, okay? Squeezing on your brain. Kind of looking around at the crew here, because you got angels, you got Mother Mary, baby Jesus. You're kind of tore to pieces. You just like confetti, but not fun confetti, like sad confetti. Just your pieces of yourself everywhere strewn about. Okay, this is very manipulative. This is very, very manipulative. So the pieces of sad confetti become these worms that start to inch their way back to reform yourself as just this big worm that you are. And is that you, or is that a manipulative thing that's helping you to see yourself clearly in the mirror as the worm of who you are? You're just a filthy worm, okay? We need to annihilate you and these other people, these worms of society. We reject you, you filthy worm of society. Like it's just like a memory, soul memory that it's contained inside of you. It could definitely appear to be the external world because it has been the external world, but it's unresolved in your internal world. It's your soul is recalling this, and it's loud. All right, I need a minute because I have to energetically shift my focus from the caring about the value of you. I care about you. I care about what we're accomplishing here. I care about your goals. I care about what you hope to achieve to help you resurrect in the way that it feels to be you. I want that for you. So I'm going to shift my focus on what is this manipulative energy here. So angels are with you. Mother Mary and baby Jesus is with you. We're all here with you. We care about you. Part of me here too cares about you. Another part of me got to go see what this is. It's one of those, if you were to look it in the eye, it's going to leave. It prefers that you don't look it in the eye. You know what it reminds me of? This is kind of one of those stories, but I'm going to tell it. So I had this cat. Cat's name was Simba. And blue eyes and white fur and some gray. Didn't look like Simba from the movie. Simba was a very horny cat, okay? And Simba would jump on your leg and go to town on your leg. And I was just a kid. I just thought he was happy or something. You don't look Simba in the eye when Simba's doing what Simba does. Because I don't know if there's a shame thing going on there. You just let Simba do what Simba does. But if you look Simba in the eye, he gets really violated by that and then runs away. Okay? And so if I look this thing in the eye, it reminds me of Simba. Like, just let this thing do what this thing does. Let it just do its thing. Don't look it in the eye because then you're going to violate it. I'm violating it right now by looking it in the eye. It's so simple, you know? It's like such a violation. I find it so funny. Okay. I can't, so this being was trying to run away. It was just like Simba would do. But this, I don't realize that apparently I'm doing this. I'm understanding it now that I'm not letting this being run away. And forcing this being to look me in the eye back because this is building character. We're building character today. This being then is trying to mess with me because that's its only defense, which is just seems really pathetic to me. I just can't stop laughing because it's like, just stop, like, just stop. So you let this being violate you. All you had to do was look at it. Don't talk. You don't have to say a word. All you have to do is just look in their eyes, and they might they'll run away for one, or they'll try to get you to become afraid of them, because that's their only defense. Their only defense is to flee or keep trying to make you feel powerless against them. But it's all coming from their own personal insecurities. Like I don't have that insecurity. You do. There's nothing here. Just, we're personal power today for you, thing. I'm going to help you find your personal power today. It's a male persona. It's a male persona, and this male persona is attached to another dimension. I feel like there's a lot to be said about this persona. There's something about wings. And this... Alright, so things look the way they look. Basically, he's a man with like raven wings. And the place that when I look into his eyes and just tell him that I'm going to help you feel better today. Just you can fight me all you want, but what's the point? And just relax, okay? Now let's go see what you're all about. What is your story? So I go through him, and we're both in this space, which is inside of himself. And it's dark purple sky. The ground seems to be made out of dark purple. There seems to be these established small buildings everywhere. And they have rounded tops that are made out of purple. What is... No, my guides are telling me that leave him and go to the center of this space, which is actually quite a ways inward. I mean, anywhere would be the center of the space, in my opinion. But they're saying they want me to go to this location, and this location is a tiny little diamond. Just a little, like, chip. But it's really beautiful, too. It's not about what the place looks like. It's not about any of these details. What they want me to do is get that little tiny piece of diamond, which is levitating at the center of this space. And as soon as I touch it, this whole space, it's like a holographic idea. It just disappears. But I take that tiny diamond and he collapses, and then I give this to you. It's yours. It's nothing to do with him. But that makes you angry too. Because in a way, to solve your problems, it's supposed to feel like it's so far away that they cannot ever be solved. It's like, toss this tiny diamond into the ocean. You know, I have to get this tiny diamond back, but who's ever going to be able to find it and give it back to me? And so you create a scenario that's impossible in your own mind to ever heal it. And yet another part of you absolutely wants to heal this stuff. And so I just gave you back the impossible. And I'm telling you that you can stop now making your life difficult, making it impossible for all of this to reconcile, you know? There's a lot of sound here on the inside that you're healing in order then to heal from the inside out than the external reality around you. There's some complexities too. It'd be hard for you to consciously put your finger on what in the world is all of this. So you do your best to send me goals and try to put it all together. And I read your goals and I'm like, okay. So this is the script. This is the goal here. There's always something beneath the surface of the best we can describe it, the best we can understand it. There's something deeper we're digging for. So then I take this information and the keywords within it, and then I give it to the universe and let the universe echo it back. And this is what the universe is saying. All right, so it's really cool because we've got a lot of time here. So there's so much we're going to accomplish still. My guides are telling me, I give this diamond back to you, but they want me to find out if you want it back. Because it irritates you that this was ever found. Like you purposefully made it impossible for anyone to ever get it. And it's irritating you that this was retrieved and returned to you. That I have to explore what inside yourself wants to make it hard for you to ever heal. Okay, there's something. This must be that dark energy you were saying. You feel it even when you wake up, like you just feel like you're ingesting dark energy. You yourself have a dark side that's way out of control, you know, but what is all this wounded soul fabric too? It just, you got to keep going. You got to just keep working on it, you know, the best you know how. All right, I'm looking her in the eye because I can see her now. She's pretty darn clever. I tell her that, you know, that projection reminded me of my cat Simba. My horny cat Simba that didn't like getting looked in the eye. Why did you do that? That tells me that you are a projection of that as well. That must be the sexual imbalance because it's shame. It's some kind of shame or embarrassment. Ugliness, the rejection, the annihilation of good people, all connected. The mother and the baby, all connected. The screaming, the nuclear bomb. It's easier to just tuck yourself away in many safe deposit boxes. You know, just look her in the eye, and that's all I do now. What does she look like? It doesn't really matter. I mean, I could say she just looks like blank. But when I look into the blank, I feel her frequency. So she's a presence of frequency. And so if I choose to translate the presence of frequency into a familiar human image, she has extraordinarily beautiful green eyes. She has incredibly gorgeous jet black hair and pale skin. And I want to call her Esmeralda. She's kind of like gypsy. She's like a mysterious gypsy woman. It's just so beautiful, and I love her clothing, her style, or she's just so beautiful. So you see, why don't we look at how beautiful she is, but she's a rotten apple, you know? So I don't really care that she's beautiful because she's a rotten apple. I can tell her frequency. It's like, why don't I lick the filthy toilet clean? It's disgusting, you know? So she is a yucky needs to heal aspect of yourself, doesn't want you to heal, wants to create a impossible solution for you. That means you want to create an impossible solution that you would never be able to heal yourself. So what part of you would do such a thing? All the while you're digesting all this, trying to heal from within, soul memories, and build a relationship with your spleen and explore all this. So it's complicated, right? So I change your image into a really nasty, sick looking, I don't know, truck or stop toilet that hasn't been cleaned in 5 years. I'm just turning her into a gross toilet. And then I'm making her lick it clean. Because that is the equivalent of her frequency. She's becoming a pretty gross looking muddy thing. Kind of like a crab in the mud in a way. Alright, there we go again. She's creating a holographic world, but I'm going to explore it. And I see her like a crab walking sideways in the mud, and there's a muddy ocean, and there's lots of crabs. They're even walking in the sky, like scuttling everywhere. And in the mud, and the muddy sky and everything. There's a very small range of where they can move. And we're talking just like 5 feet in every direction. So it's a very small space. It's like an aquarium that's too small for the fish inside of it. I see there's a strange eye that is appearing here, and it does have a body attached to it. I'm bringing your consciousness in here, and I say it's time to use your eyes to look at what's looking back at you on the inside. Because you're capable of being still your mind. You have to still your mind. Don't decide. It's like you have to, because you have to feel the frequencies. You have to feel present with the frequencies. But you've got to start looking back at what's looking at you from the inside. And it might feel external, but it seems to be internal, like you're cleaning up a lot of mess in here. And you start to be attracted to this big eye that's coming out of the mud. And you ignore all the scuttling crabs because there's lots of them in here. And they all seem to be her scuttling around, this Esmeralda type woman. But the eye, though, is attractive. It's alluring. It's hypnotic. And I start to see the eyes in your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root. The eye is in your earth star and your soul star chakra. The eye is infinitely above, infinitely below. It's just in front, behind, above, below, within. So it's in all sacred directions of the eye, okay. And again, this is just, it's an overlay. Like, this doesn't represent who you are, but yet you're attracted to this hypnotic energy. And then you want to align with it, but it's out of alignment. You're wanting to align with what is out of alignment because you can't tell the difference. Beautiful Esmeralda is really just a shitty toilet. You know, you've got to learn how to tell the difference between what's authentically healing. All I can do is watch, and I'm talking to my guides about this. I tell them I'm not sure how to solve this riddle yet. This space and what it's saying about itself. What it's saying about you and the eyes of your chakras, which are sacred things. Sacred eyes of your chakras are sacred things, but this is an overlay of manipulation. This isn't actually healing. This is imbalance. Awakening imbalance. Being hypnotized by imbalance. Right? That could be the relationship of addictions. It's an imbalance. You know, it's a manipulative relationship. It's not real love. It's fake love. All I can do is wait, and so I create time. Just this space now, I just choose to become the element of time, and I exist in time, even if it takes a trillion years. Whatever time it takes. I see the space in time slows down, and everything becomes dust and time. It's you, your presence merged with the eye, and the eye kind of closed, and it became this cocoon. And you fell asleep in here with this eye. As it's overlaid with present day-to-day life, you. And all the eyes want to be remembered, but they're starting to fall asleep as well and fall out of you. This must be the chakra removal you're wanting to experience. As these eyes are manipulative eyes. They just fall off like old leaves. And I see once they all fall out, something cracks on the inside of this space where the crabs were, and the cocoon, it all just crumbles to dust. But some tiny little spark of light is coming out. Again, like one of those tiny little diamonds. And I start to notice when that light comes out, it's starting to be born within all your chakras. This light is a starlight. It's just a tiny spark of light. And it comes out from within, and I see this light, just like this little piece of diamond. It becomes part of your earth star chakra, your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown, and your soul star chakra. And I also see it here too, between your heart and your throat, light there as well. On the front and the back, above, below, within, around all sacred directions, I see this light. And I see you're ready, like this is like this awakening event. You're so ready to let go of all this weight, all these layers, all this manipulation, all this. You just want to let it all go. And so I see you coming up, and out, and that dimension then collapses because it's only as real as it needs to be. See, it's not about Esmeralda and the filthy toilet. It's about inconceivable things, you know? You have to start somewhere. I see let everything go. We've been talking about everything, all of the spaces that we've experienced and seen, everything. including nuclear space and everything we've seen. All the safe deposit box, everything we've seen. And there's just a tiny little beacon of light about you, and you're just blasting off like a rocket ship in the sort of like cosmic universe. But there's no stars. You're the only star in the universe. That you're blasting up, 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 and you're leaving a whole universe behind because it's just done. You don't need to do anything else with that universe. So it's just material. It's just material. So you're leaving all that material behind. It was only animated by you, right? So now you are leaving that behind to animate or explore the experience of animation in a new way. Like who you are, what you are, your memories, what are they now? What do you relate as reality? Like what does it all mean to you now? It's like a totally new story, a new book. New universe of experiences. It's interesting because as up as you go in this cosmic universe, you're the one and only star. I see your heart getting super bright, and you're resurrecting from within yourself, and you're coming up and out of yourself, even just pushing up and out. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but it just feels like you're waking up out of bed and you're standing. And you're just like getting up and out to go live your life kind of thing. It's you're rising up from within your heart. Man, this is an incredible achievement. On the energy side of things, I feel breathable, I feel peaceful, I feel expanded, I feel flexible, I feel like no thought in my mind or in my body. So this is me experiencing your frequency makes me feel like this. Your frequency then emulates this, okay? So let me see what else. It's interesting because as you rise up and out of your heart, I see you just sort of sitting here looking at me. And I noticed that we're in a room full of clocks. And the scene... Okay. It's again like trying to create the illusion that this is too good to be true. That you're never, it's like that nasty toilet. You're never gonna have peace. You never will, okay? Like I won't allow it. Like you yourself won't allow yourself then to have what you seek. So who's in control of who here? Like that's where you got to get your yin yang in balance, because you got to decide who calls the shots, the self-destructive you or the self-healing you. You've got to decide who calls the shots, and then who's going to get in alignment with what. So if we feel more comfortable with the self-destructive, manipulative self-talk, that makes sense and makes us feel powerless, because that makes us feel better about ourselves somehow, some version of love. No, it is not. We know the difference. That's not it. I'm going to flex this new muscle, this self-healing, self-loving, kind muscle. The angels of who I am muscle, the Mother Mary of who I am, the baby Jesus of who I am muscle. You know, I'm going to flex these muscles of who I am now. So I see I have to call it for what it is, okay? So I see you sitting on a couch, and I'm kind of standing here looking at you, and you're just timed out. Your eyes are just open. You look strange, okay? And there's all these roundeds, like pocket watches, but they're big clocks. They're big full-size clocks, and they look like pocket watches, and they're everywhere. They're one after another all over the walls of this room. And I can hear time ticking, time ticking, and you're like timed out, okay? And I can sense that it's like we just resurrected. You just let all that stuff go. That manipulative thing that it's just like won't, how dare you set yourself free from me? Me of all people. Filthy toilet. How dare you? You know, how dare you? Yeah. You're gonna have to grow a backbone on this one. Who's in control? Wake up. Wake up. You are not, I'm not even going to call you a victim of yourself. You're not a victim of anyone. Not even yourself. You are not a victim of yourself. You're not a victim of anyone, anytime, any nothing. You're just not even a victim, period. Who are you? Who are you? I want you to give me an answer to this. And I'm helping you to focus on a different voice that's speaking to you and not the one that's hypnotizing you to fall into ruts, okay? The one that wants to see you in a bunch of safe deposit boxes and then convinces you this is protecting you or some crap like that. You know what I mean? It's not. It doesn't love you at all. Doesn't even love itself. It needs you in order for it to have any value at all in its existence. But you see how sad this is, because this is also a part of who you are. So what happened to this part of you, you know? First, we got to find out how to revive the part of you that you really are, the strongest part of you that then can sort of be the shepherd to the sheep here. This is a lost sheep, okay? Is a lost part of you. And you need to be the one that is leading the way. Which one? The one that knows about love. No wonder the spleen. The spleen knows about love. Like Jesus knows about love. Like it just, love. And you are of these things. Boy, oh boy, are you tired. But I see like the banana coming out of the banana peel, you know? Like the rocket ship blasting up and out of this atmosphere into some other atmosphere, you know, from this universe into that universe. Talk to me. I'm looking at you in the eyes, even though your eyes are just not blinking. You just look timed out in a room full of clocks. I'm pouring water on your head, ice cold water, and I'm creating images. This is a very powerful thing to do, is to create, is to run in the energy world, is to hula hoop, is to jump up and down, is to swing on the swing set in the energy world. It's not to just like move your consciousness around, it's actually to create a body and move your body around in the energy world. Not fly though, like you got to have legs that jump, you've got to have a butt sitting on a chair that's swinging, you know, you got to be doing some kind of movement like this. You can bend down and touch your toes, you can actually stretch back and do like a back handspring and a couple of flips in the air. Like you can dance in the energy world. It's really powerful. I can't explain how this speaks to the physical body, but you can just visualize yourself doing these things, but you're present with yourself doing these things in the energy world, then it makes your body feel alive. And so I'm visualizing, I'm experiencing you jumping, riding a bicycle, laughing in a cold waterfall. It's almost too cold. I see you jumping off a cliffside in this sweet swan dive, all the way down, 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 down into this like little nook. See you swinging, bike riding, mountain climbing. I see water skiing and ice skiing, There's ice skating and then snow skiing. I see you doing things, okay? How about some jet skis? How about some snowmobiles? How about a motorcycle and like a big dirt X Games arena or something? It's bringing you back to life. It's getting your focus on the act of living. It's getting your focus on being active, doing things. It's bringing you back to life. You're starting to take breaths. And I notice the pocket watches are getting quieter and the time is returning to you, and you're starting to blink. And all the watches fall to the ground and then disappear. And you shake your head like, wow, that was weird. You stand up and I guess you're doing dishes here. Just, you're cleaning your house. You're lighting some good smelling candles. You're playing music. You're dancing. You're laughing. I see you go to like there's a beach, and you take shoes off and you just feel this. It's more like a lakeside, because it's not like beach sand exactly. It's sand and kind of mud, and it's simultaneously, like you feel it in your toes and it feels good. And you walk into the water and the water's cold. It's got a little bit of muck on the bottom, like you can kind of feel it, but you don't care. You laugh and you start swimming. And now you're encouraging this stinky toilet person to feel all of this with you, because you basically sister selves. It's the yin yang selves. She's been transformed by a lot of burden. It's time for her to feel the angelic light and to heal with you, the healer. You then heal yourself. And you heal yourself by loving yourself and being kind to yourself. Not letting the broken part of you dictate your life, but letting the angelic part of you heal the broken part, and then you both go enjoy life together. And you focus on the actions of living. Like, don't pay attention to all this other stuff that tries to get your attention. It's getting you stuck in time, not sure where you're at, but you've resurrected. You're working, you're animated with something new. It's something good, something that gives the power back to the angel of who you are. Now that angel has to step into this leadership role, to be a leader or a guide to what got hurt along the way. Don't let the addictive things become the angel guide, right? You are the angel guide. You know what's best for you. You do. I see you in a place of new beginnings, and there's you're using your mind and your perception in a new way. You're opening your heart so much brighter, so much more of a collective of incredible minds, incredible spiritual energy, incredible light, incredible kindness and caring for the well-being of others as well as yourself. It's almost like, wow, I've always known about being like this, but I really feel this is real for me. I am this. This I can be. This is who I am. And it's like this strange realization. You always were like this angel, but now you really feel it. It's real. Not like an idea, but truly animates you, I like seeing you like this, because there's some vulnerable human component to it. There's some beautiful awakening energy. There's a really long haul of hard work that I have so much respect for. the hardship of trying to find out where the divine truth is and how to stand with it and heal your soul from so much time and experience, and then resurrect and know the difference between what's external, what's internal. Like, it's just so much work, right? And so there's that beautiful human vulnerability to try to navigate this infinite universe through the human concept, and you're doing an incredible job with it. I see you smile to be who you are with all the stories that you can tell. And I start to feel that your bond with this spleen, it's like a newborn baby in your arms. You just love it, and it loves you back. And it hugs you, and it calls you mother. And you take care of it like Mother Mary to baby Jesus. And it feels the love that you have for it. And it thanks you for that. Okay. Job well done. High fives. Wow. Okay. Thank you so very much for this. Thank you so very much for sharing. I'm proud of you. You've been through a lot. It's hard to be able to stand at this point, you know, but you're standing at it. I'm glad I got to be a part of this. Again, thank you for sharing. And for those watching, if I can help you in a session, you can book a session at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Have a great day, everyone.